Hey everyone, welcome to Femme Fables. Megan here, and welcome to 2022. Happy New Year. We hope everybody had a safe, healthy, happy New Year. And this is our first episode of the new year. So we ended it with talking about kind of forgiving, resetting, letting go. And now we're talking about our resolutions, our goals for the new year. And I thought it'd be a good topic to talk about those. Kim is joining me today. I specifically wanted her on this one because she has reached great milestones in one of her journeys and goals. So I wanted her to talk about that since weight loss is a lot of people's goals going into the new year and getting fit. So wanted her to come and join me for that. And then also talking about sticking with your goals because it tends that people taper off around February. The gyms get really busy and then it's like a ghost town and everybody.
Yeah,
and
100%.
I think part of that is because people do too much or try to do too much or pile on a lot in a short amount of time, and it's too much.
I think that's definitely part of it, yeah. Or bite off more than they can chew.
Yeah. So we thought it'd be good to talk about our goals, both personally, professionally, and how we plan to stick with them. So we'll go ahead and get started. And one of my goals, so I'll start, and this will see my segue into the whole liking, subscribing, and comment. So I really want to focus this year on growing the YouTube channel, growing the social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook. I'm really bad about it. I like doing the podcast and talking, but promoting it, not my forte. I'm actually going to talk to one of my friends this week about her kind of helping me. It's just not my jam, but getting better at it and also growing the YouTube channel. So talk about realistic expectations too. You know, I would love to say, I want 100,000 subscribers this year. I'm at 179, right?
Sure.
So my goal is 500. Like, I think that'd be awesome because I'm more about trying to deliver quality content than just getting a number to follow. Like people who actually interact with me, who I help, who I get comments from, things like that. Of course, subscribing, obviously, if you haven't, subscribe to our channel. Like, comment, that helps the algorithm in YouTube show. So like an episode I did a long time ago about rebound relationships. It's got like 2,500 views now.
Oh, wow.
People were going through some stuff in 2021 and it must
have been sure.
myself included looking it up. So, and I just got like 40 comments on it from people who were like, oh my God, this helped me so much. My ex moved on really quickly. I didn't understand. Awesome. I'm still trying to heal. So all of that helps. The more comments and liking, the more it'll show up in YouTube's algorithm. So that's my goal for 2022 is hopefully reach 500, if not more. So like, subscribe, and comment. That's my segue.
A very realistic goal.
Yeah, right. Of course, I'd like it to be more, but I think the big part too is just being realistic with your expectations of, your goals. If you're like, I'm going to lose 50 pounds in a month.
Yeah, that's pushing it a little bit. Yeah,
right.
For sure.
Not saying it's not doable, but it's pushing it. So what's one of your goals?
Well, to meet my goal weight. I think that's like at the top of my list right now.
So talk about, speaking of weight, which like we said, biggest probably New Year's resolution for people is getting either healthy, fit, get to a healthy weight. You've already been on the journey for how long?
So I originally started in February 2020.
Okay.
So like in 2019, I was at my heaviest weight, 278. And I didn't really I lived like a year of that life. Like it wasn't even really on my mind. And then like my blood pressure was high and like my uncle had a liver and kidney transplant because he didn't eat right and things like that. So it wasn't like necessary alcohol related cirrhosis. So it's like what you eat is really important, what you put in your body.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured I need to make a change. And I originally lost like 45 pounds in 2020.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm.
Quarantine helped me in that aspect because I wasn't as tempted by going out to eat and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then, I started living life again because I was feeling better and wasn't focusing on what I was eating, so I gained back a little bit of weight. So then just in October of last year, at the end of October, I was like, all right, just before Halloween weekend, matter of fact, I declined a Halloween party in order to resist temptation. I got back on the Optavia diet, and I have lost 32 pounds since October 28th now. So I'm down to my lowest weight, 213.
Yay!
So I'm more than halfway of my 100-pound goal now. So
That's awesome.
Yes.
Congratulations. That's
I'm very
a huge
excited.
milestone.
It's been like a decade since I've been under 200 pounds. So
that's crazy.
It's just going to be like it already is like a different life, it feels like.
And you said, we talked about this, you feel like you're treated differently when you're overweight versus, you went the other day something and they're like, oh yeah, it's fine. Like,
oh yeah, here's a discount on your air filters. Because I said, I think that these are on sale for this amount. And they're like, okay, like, here you go. Actually, I'm going to discount them even more for you. Like, for really no reason other than maybe, I'm nice looking to them. Because I don't know, that just didn't happen when you're overweight. I mean, it could be anything, I guess. But it's just in general, I think, really, like, more people, like, look in your direction, I guess. And it's not like, I don't know. Well, it could be that I'm more confident, and so I'm noticing people more, too.
It could be. I mean, but you're not the first person I've heard that said that they felt they were treated differently because they were overweight, for sure. I've heard that from several people throughout my life. And I actually just started the same plan that Kim is on because I saw her results and I was like, okay, I've done every diet thing. I've done Nutrisystem, Beachbody, Weight Watchers, just, I lost a good amount of weight on my own just working out and eating healthy last year. Yeah. But I was like, I think my body's starting to recognize what I'm doing, so I needed to switch it up. So I got on the same plan that Kim is on. So my goal is to lose 29 pounds. So I'm hoping within the next couple months I can reach that goal and get to my goal weight. And it's so easy. I never struggled with weight as a child or growing up. I was super athletic. And I think in my 20s, I still thought I was like that and could eat whatever the fuck I wanted.
And your body said, no, ma'am.
Yeah. And I've gone up and down. I've been heavy. I've gone back to my weight, gained it back. And it's like I really want to focus on, and a lot of the thing I like about this plan is a lot about mindset and positivity and things like that, because that plays a part, obviously, with your eating habits. And the first thing they ask you to do is talk about your why. Because I think that's really important to remind yourself why you're doing it, write it down. Mm-hmm. So I think for any goal that anybody has, writing down your whys is huge.
That helps me a lot too. That was definitely one of the contributing factors, I think, to a lot of like positive change in my life was like having a positive mindset and constantly think about why is it that I'm doing this? Like, what is this really about?
Because it's not like, for me, obviously, I want to feel more confident in my clothes. And sometimes I think I have like reverse body dysmorphia. Like, I don't think I'm as heavy as I am. And I look at a picture, I'm like, the fuck? Like, the fuck is that? I still think I'm 22, Not that I think I'm like morbidly obese, but I'm definitely...
Oh, I mean, I look back at photos of me at 278 pounds and I think, like, I was never that big, was I? Like, I didn't feel like I weighed that
I looked at that photo of you and I was like, what?
Who is that
and
girl?
You were like, I was with you during that time.
Like, look, you're in the picture next to me.
Yeah. So, that's my second goal. What are your other goals?
I think that's definitely a realistic goal for you too. Like I have maybe 10 pounds more than that I want to lose, and then see how things go,
Yeah, that's the thing too. I may lose 15 and be like, oh, I'm happy here, because I have a small frame.
Sure.
So,
don't want to lose them 2 days.
I don't think they're
I don't think they're going anywhere.
I don't think they're going anywhere. I'm just, hopefully they don't get saggy. They're still pretty perky, so.
I don't think they will.
We'll see.
I think you got a good muscle built up.
Those push-ups.
Anyways, you can cut that out if you want.
No, I'm keeping that in there. I'm going to keep that in there. Come
on. Speaking of self-improvement, also home improvement. I want to tackle some different things around the house. Flooring, number one. I still have some carpet in a couple of rooms. Mm-hmm. And with the dogs, I'd really like to switch that to like a tile or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know, what else? My home, I mean, I feel like as a homeowner, it's never ending.
Oh, it's never ending.
There's that I want to do and that I've been putting off. And there's this wallpaper I want to buy for one of like my accent walls that I've been putting off. So that is definitely At the top of my priority list, getting a passport. That's also one of my goals for 2022. I don't have one, and I'm about to be 32 years old.
Do you want to actually travel outside the country sometime soon?
Do. Some friends of mine want to plan a trip to Greece.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to do that.
They should go at the same time we're going. Well, I don't know where we're going.
We'll make it work.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, because that would be a fun time. And I don't know, I've never really been anywhere. So like,
you never been out of the country?
No.
Is that a bucket list thing for you?
Definitely like traveling more, honestly.
Yeah.
But pandemic pending, right? Like,
yeah,
it depends on what happens with that stuff.
Throws a wrench in things.
But get the process started. So that way, when I meet a rich daddy, he can take me to Paris.
That's also 2022 goals. Rich daddy.
Rich daddies.
So it wasn't really a goal that I have, but so I got a new job. I started January 11th, and I kind of figured out, a way to have a month off in between jobs, which worked out well for me. You think I would be bored, but I've absolutely not been bored. It's been kind of nice to be kind of just chill and relax. And I basically organized every room of my house, cleaned out all my closets, cleaned out my pantry, just cleaned out my office and rearranged it. So tomorrow's the garage. So just like getting rid of clutter, I think is nice. Like, and just crap that you don't need. And you're like, I must have thrown away like 15 bags of crap from my house that I don't use, and I dropped off 9 bags of clothing.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. That is a clean out. I've been doing something similar. Like, I did that thing where they recommend you, like, turn all your hangers around, like, to face the other direction. And if you don't wear that item of clothing...
I heard about that. Yeah.
Get rid of it, yeah. So, like, I'll evaluate in, like, June, July, and get rid of stuff, which I'm going to need to start getting rid of some things anyways, because I'm going to lose more weight. It's going to happen.
Exactly. And that was my mindset, too. But yeah, I've been guilty of the like, oh, but I'm going to wear that again. And that it sits there. And then also like, okay, this is a size 10. I'm already smaller than that a little bit now. I like fluctuate between an 8 and a 10 right now. But like, I don't plan on being a size 10. So,
sure. Right.
But, what was the other thing? So a lot of my 2021 was going through like a healing phase, kind of transformation, self-reflection, self-growth. So I kind of want to continue that with kind of focusing on self-love and valuing myself more. So just that continuing. I was listening to a YouTube video, and she starts the day with, how do I want to nourish myself today? That's what she says. And it's like, do I want to meditate for 5 minutes? Do I want to make sure I eat a full serving of vegetable? You know what I mean? Like, and it's starting out small. It's not like, oh my God, I'm going to lose 30 pounds. I'm going to eat vegetables. I'm going to meditate 20 minutes a day. I'm going to practice self-love. I'm going to,
Right, yeah.
You get overwhelmed. So it's like, take it either day by day, week by week, month by month, adding something. And it takes 30 days to develop a habit, I think they say. So,
yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
But part of that's meditating. I suck at meditation, and it's so good for you. And I try doing it at night, and my brain just goes, I can't quiet my mind. So I need to start out small, like 5 minutes guided meditation, which they have tons of them.
So that would be a great idea, I think, for sure. But I took a class in college, and a lot of what we talked about was like mindfulness. Mm-hmm. And sort of like looking at things from a different perspective. And like, I feel like in a way that's almost like meditation, when I sit there and like direct my thinking towards a situation or a person or a circumstance, and try and like think all of the ways around it and through it, and like try and look at it maybe from a perspective that wouldn't traditionally be my own kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's the thing too. I was talking to Nick, and he's like, meditation for me is not shutting my mind off, because it's not possible, but it's like redirecting my thoughts to something, like either focusing on what I'm grateful for 5 minutes, and just like thinking of that, waking up every day and saying, I'm grateful for my house, my health. I woke up this morning,
I would recommend being naked. Like, when you're in your home, just take your clothes off, look at yourself in the mirror, and say things to yourself. Like, if you would hype up your best friend, like, think about all the things, like, if your friend was having a bad day, what would you say to them, or what would you tell them to get them going? Like, you should be saying those things to yourself. Like, you should be your own best friend.
They do say talk to yourself like your own best friend, because we don't. We have so much negative self-talk we don't even realize is happening most of the time.
Like, I've really been trying to dial that back already, but that's definitely part of my goals for 2022 is, like, no more negative self-talk, no more self-deprecating humor, because I like to do that. It's easy. It's a defense mechanism, you know? Yeah.
All right. I like it.
But the naked part is, like, you know, to appreciate your body and stuff. Cause, like,
I like that, because
it's hard.
And saying, I mean, even naked or not, but just looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, like, complimenting yourself, I think is huge.
You beautiful bitch.
You're a beautiful bitch.
You sure are. Get it.
If you don't want to hype yourself up, let us know and we'll hype you up, okay?
For sure.
Let us know.
Will do.
The other thing, coming back to the podcast, is I need to do better about scheduling guest subjects and mapping out. So I want to try to do that by quarter, like getting people on. And, you know, I talked last year about kind of revamping the podcast. I think the name's going to stay the same, but, you know, last year was a lot about kind of the journey I was going through with, you know, healing. And then now it's, okay, you know, ordinary people have amazing stories, you know, and just getting people on to talk about different topics that cover a variety of things, you know, not necessarily about dating per se, but just like life, like, in general, and just, you know, different things.
I think that reaches more people too, you know, and
I don't box myself into this one single category of stuff, and dating will still be part of it because that's part of life too, and relationships and love, but, you know, I
think it's a good idea to kind of, like, spitball and think about some topics now and sort of, like, line things up to where, hey, this is, like, following up on what we talked about, you know, or this kind of goes this quarter.
Like, I have one girl that I went to high school with who wants to come on, and then another girl that I had, like, my first job with, who's, like, a stay-at-home mom and homeschools her kids, so getting her on to talk about that life. She had, like, a life-risking brain tumor that she recovered. So it's like, and she, you know, and it's, again, ordinary people have amazing stories of things they've gone through, and it's really to help people, hopefully inspire them, you know. I just want people to be better humans. That's where
I think that is a lofty goal, but I think I mean, we need more people that do that. Like, what is really important? Like, you are, like, we are. Make yourself your focus.
But I think we also forget that other people are human too and have feelings. And, you know, I just got tagged in a Facebook post about a girl who I guess was dating a guy, and he basically ghosted her, met her parents, met her best friend, met her, like, at one of her races, watched her race, and then just poof, disappeared. She's like, when can I be on your podcast? I'm like, whenever you want, like, bring it on. But you know what I mean? It's just crap like that just, like, be a better fucking human. Like, really.
It doesn't take that much. But I think that that's the problem. Like, people aren't thinking of themselves. Like, they really aren't happy with who they are.
No, it definitely is a reflection of them. 100%. You can't beat yourself up about it. So how do you plan on sticking to your goals? Because that's a big thing. Like, we have all these goals, but how are you going to stick to them?
I think for me, it's just trying to keep my mindset where I'm at least for the weight loss part. Like,
do you journal at all?
I actually purchased a journal. To start doing that more. Actually, I think I may have mentioned it. My grandmother kept a diary from, like, 1935 up till the year before she died. And I read them. Cool. It inspired me to, like, start writing down my day. Like, most of her entries were really simple, like, did laundry today, the weather was beautiful, you know, whatever. But some, you know, family drama in there too, which was fun. But I figured, like, I need to do that. I need to just start small. Because committing to journaling every day is just not realistic for me. It's just not something that I'm going to do. But I am trying to commit to doing it and, like, setting aside time off my screen, you know, away from my phone, where I am focusing on some sort of self-improvement, like mindfulness, meditation activity. I think working out has also contributed to that for me a lot. And I'm in a routine now, so I think that part of that is going to help me stick to my goals. I think also putting it on a calendar, like writing it down somewhere, maybe not necessarily journaling per se, but writing it down. That kind of like commits me to it more.
Yeah, I am. I like writing things because I wrote my list like old school, like because when I see myself writing it, it kind of sticks in my brain a little better. I was like that in college. Like I would rewrite my tests and essays because I can actually visualize myself doing it and remember what I wrote when I would go to exam time. But the other thing too is, I really want to put myself back out there as far as dating goes. I don't know if I'm gonna do dating apps, but I definitely want to start going, and not necessarily geared towards, oh my God, I need to find somebody, but more of like, I need to put myself in positions to meet new people.
I agree. Same. I should do that too.
Because, I would be lying if I said I didn't want to meet somebody and have a companion in life. I don't need them to make me happy, but I want a companion. I want to have a family.
Yeah.
I think I've holed myself up enough the last year and a half of healing, which I needed to do because it wouldn't have been right to jump into a relationship unhealed. It wouldn't have been fair to the other person. I tried it and failed miserably and, unfortunately hurt somebody who cared about me a great deal. But, that's the repercussions of when you aren't ready and you try to rush into something. So don't go on those rebound relationships, people. Do the work. No. But so to piggyback on that, I hear about vision boards all the time. Never done one. I hear about them. I'm a big manifester.
Sure.
Believe in the power of manifestation and affirmations.
We should make some.
We should. And I was watching a girl and she gave these apps to make them or whatever. But it sounds silly. But if you've done a vision board, let me know in the comments if you've done one or where you did it at. But, I know some people cut stuff out of magazines and paste them.
Oh, yeah. I've definitely done something like that at some point in my life, but not intentionally, this is my vision for 2022.
But having a bridal gown and a picture of a family, you know what I mean? These things and, something to promote, whatever the podcast and that blowing up or whatever. But yeah, I've never done one, but I was like, oh, maybe if I had that to look at every day, right? It's kind of a level of manifestation.
Sure.
And some people write down what's already happened, in the past tense. So you say, I weigh 175. Or I reached my weight.
Yeah.
You're already there.
On the vision
have you ever heard of The Secret?
I have heard of it, but I never watched it.
Okay.
So I don't know the deets.
I watched it, and there's a book about it too. But my ex-boyfriend had me watch it, and it's interesting. I think there is some level of what you speak to the universe, you get. What you think, you get. So you got to be mindful of your thoughts too, not just what you say.
Sure.
So if I'm universe, I really want to meet the love of my life, and then in my mental state, I'm like, oh my God, it's never gonna happen for me.
I actually have a coffee mug that says what you think you become.
Yeah, and I think that's huge. I think that's a huge thing, and that's where we go back to negative self-talk and catching yourself, because I find myself doing it all the time, and I have to literally stop and be like, Megan, the reality of the situation is, how many people I've been in love with in my life? Several. Who's to say that's not why would I think that that's not possible again? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree.
So, but it is hard when you've been through certain things to let your guard down and trust.
Here I am, a year and a half almost single?
Yep.
Maybe ready. I don't know yet still. I'm on the fence, man. It's really hard to trust people, and people are wild.
People are wild. Anything else? What about professionally?
My professional goals include hopefully moving into leadership.
You do?
Yeah.
I think that's 100% doable.
And I think, hopefully some positions will be opening up where I'll be able to do that and still stay doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. But maybe just go a level up or so.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. In training. I don't know if I have any. I don't think, I'm starting a new job, so that's going to be interesting. I wasn't looking for it. It kind of landed in my lap, and I'm a big believer in signs, so those things don't happen very often. So I'm just looking forward to something new, and a new company,
Yeah.
and we'll see where it goes. And hopefully I still have that work-life balance, which I think I will. It's still a remote position, but I'm excited for 2022.
I think it's going to be a good year, man. I really do.
I think it's been a shit show the last year and a half, 2 years. So I feel like
it's time.
Come on, Betty White. Like,
thank you for your sacrifice, Betty. Like, let's make it worth it, please.
I do think it's going to be a good year. It is a good year. See, it is a good year. We're already setting the tone,
2022
manifesting it. But anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
Just do what you set out to do. You can do it.
You can do it.
You can do it.
No, I agree. I think whatever your goals are for 2022, it could be something small. You may not have goals, or maybe now you're like, okay, maybe I should set some goals. I think we should always be improving at some level in our lives, whether it's mentally, physically, spiritually, religiously, if you're religious, just always striving to be better or, learn something new, I think is always interesting and always good to help develop you. So let us know if you have goals for 2022, what they are and how you plan to stick with them. I'm interested in knowing. I wonder if you should set an alarm to journal every day to remind you.
I set an alarm to eat every day.
So I think maybe you need a journal one.
Maybe I should.
Maybe not every day. Maybe you set one for like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you journal. Because every day may be too much.
Yes, every day would be too much, but maybe I do that.
I need to do that for meditation. Like that way, because I do it for eating too. We have to eat every 2 hours, so we have reminders to eat because it's important. So, all right. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode and listening to our goals. Hopefully it helped you think about some goals you want. And again, like I said, comment, like, subscribe. Let us know your goals. You can always email us at femfables@gmail.com. And we will see you on the next one. Happy 2022, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.